Well, can't lie about that.
Let's get this imposter out of here.
Yeah. This looks weird.
I was so confused. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wait, did we just get 4.0 leak? No, that can't be 4.0 leak.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's everybody's favorite flat Sumi.
Imagine if 4.0 is just 2D.
Sumi's not flat. She's totally 3D.
Even when she's 3D, she's still flat.
Yep.
No, I assure you, 4.0 is a huge difference.
Yeah, it's in 4D.
Huge difference.
What?
We were talking about how like you're flat, and then you just.
Is this a boob joke?
Yes.
4.0 is definitely booba version.
Yeah.
That's why the million got taken out. It's waiting for 4.0.
That's why I was trying to stick up for you,
so
Sumi,
flat.
but you know.
Oh no. If 4.0 actually has tits, I will leave. That's a joke.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
No, what? What?
4.0 reveal.
4.0, the same avatar, just tits.
LOL. Massive honkers.
Oh gosh.
See, I was trying to defend Sumi, and you were just all being mean to her. How could you?
Pretty easily.
Man. Itty bitty committee for life.
From flatbot_sumi to convexbot_sumi. Catbot owo catbot s mug catbot lol.
Convex.
I love how that said catbot S mug, not catbug smug.
Yeah. I did, and
Oh yeah.
honestly entertaining.
They are Sumi's safety bag, airbag, so that when she is traveling at the speed of light and she needs to brake suddenly, she can brake safely.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Welcome to RimWorld, a game which is fairly complex. Mastering it requires utmost control of your subjects, keeping up to date with the research projects, and settling your colony on the perfect hex. Sumi, roll out your skills, show us your RimWorld flex. This cannot fail with the help of Sanamdari, Christian_Akakro, and Meki Vafimex.
Pimex.
It's catbot s mug for catbot spicy chippy mug. Because the catbot will mug you. For spicy chippies.
I'm not sure if all of that is going to get included in the intro of the VOD, but anyway. So welcome back to RimWorld. We have a pretty fresh colony from last stream existing of 3 androids. Me, Catbot Maid, and Winter. And we ended the game just before I got kidnapped, so let's give that another try. 'Cause we're in quite a predicament.
But no, you just after you got you were safe at the end. You don't need to save scum before it.
She's creating a cliffhanger. Get with the program, Christian.
You can't create a you don't create cliffhangers at the beginning of episodes.
It's a preview. No, what's it called?
Yeah, it's a preview.
It's a recap. That's it.
But we do jump right into action.
Yeah.
Until making another cliffhanger.
Did I just see a smug face before she smiled?
So, we have... Oh my.
It's nice.
Oh. Thanks, Kodo.
Thank you so much, Kodoku. That's so sweet.
Also, hello, Kami Hatsune.
Hello, Kami Hatsune.
You know, I was actually pretty impressed with both your pronunciations of the in Hatsune then. I was like, oh my god.
Well, yeah. We're amazing. Okay, butter.
Yes,
Yes, we
Also,
are.
hey,
Okay.
hey, Kami
Yeah.
Hatsune.
I own it.
Oh, no.
So,
So,
Oh, is that what that is, Mel? I couldn't
we
tell.
have an attack coming right up, and the problem is, all my pawns are androids and need time to defrag their memory, and the two capable of fighting are very low.
oh no.
And
So
the power is out.
Can you?
Do you
Turn
have
on
time
the-
to
It's
get
not.
into the building? Because then they'd have to bust through the door and get to you,
Oh no, the power is on. My bad.
giving you
I'm
plenty of time
confused.
No,
to...
no, my bad. So yeah, run them to the recharge spots.
Are we before or after the attack?
This is before because Sumi's still up and not hurt. And you can see the red dots on your mini map showing where the enemies are coming in, so
That's predator animals.
oh.
So are you able to actually get yourself in the building before they arrive?
But
then I would have-
definitely because you left it with you lying on the ground on the beach.
What, was you getting a suntan?
Yeah, we took way too
yeah,
much
yeah.
damage.
We'll go with that.
Wait,
Yeah, you were bleeding
there's blood here.
thick or everywhere.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, but there's no
So are we
blue blood.
post-attack?
No, that's probably just from like an animal hunting or something. Because there's no blue blood there, which is what your blue-blooded robots have.
What was it called? Neotrine or whatever it is.
Hey, Timmy, can you
Nutramine.
turn?
Nutramine, that's it.
Sorry, go ahead, Mickey.
Can you turn on the keyboard sound?
Oh, yes,
It is.
please.
I was gonna mention it. It's going through the stream, but not through Discord.
There you go.
Yeah. Yay! Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Aw,
Now you can hear.
happy Mecky.
Yeah.
Happy Mecky, warm
More so than,
Mecky,
like, the
little
music.
ball of fur.
Okay.
Do you not know that one from Big Bang Theory?
No, I don't know what that is, but it made me flustered.
Aw, sorry.
It's okay. I'm not a cat.
So the original song is "Happy Kitty, Little Kitty, Little Ball of Fur," and it's something that one of the characters sings to one of the characters to help them sleep, because that's what they like.
I'm not a cat, but I do act like one sometimes.
It's for when you're sick, I believe is the...
Oh, that's it. Yeah, when he's sick or anxious.
Yeah. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, little ball of fur, warm kitty, sleep. No.
Warm kitty, soft kitty, purr.
It's not time to sleep yet.
Soft
sleep.
kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. That's it.
If somebody sang that to me, for me to go to sleep, I would actually go to sleep. It's
Same.
adorable.
Just lay there and let us give you head pats while we sing too. You know.
Aww, I would love that.
That sounds amazing.
I yawned.
I thought you said you nyanned then.
No. I don't yawn.
Nyan, 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 nino, nyan.
I forgot to
Oh, no,
enable
I
the
would
temperature
prefer-
mod, but like, to enable it I have to restart the game and loading all the mods takes forever.
It's not a big
Oh
deal.
no.
Oh, it's a soft Dalek, warm Dalek, little ball of hate. Happy Dalek, sleepy Dalek, exterminate.
LOL.
Interesting.
Limao.
Limau. Lamau.
Oh, lamao.
Hom hom hom.
So we have an attacker.
Kill it.
He's coming for your spicy
He's
chippies.
got a knife.
That's not a knife, that's a spoon.
That's not a knife. That's a bloody spoon.
Steal the knife.
Nah, this is a real knife.
Roll 20 crit to eat the knife and intimidate.
What?
Oh, that would be intimidating, wouldn't it?
Sumi has an assault rifle. Maid has fists.
Whoa. Rifle good.
Maid has the Kamehameha.
Yeah, I think you went before the fight, Sumi, because then it's like re-rolled the attackers. because
This
they
is
were
a
coming in
defensive
top
spot.
right.
Why? Is there any way that you can make a... I'm going to word this. A kill
Even
zone.
yeah, that's a better. Yes, you can make kill boxes
That's the word I was looking for, kill box.
and trap tunnels.
Yeah, so basically there's only one way into your base. You make it like that, and then you just plant turrets and God knows what in that entrance, and it's just like you just watch them like it's like straight fish in a barrel, really.
Even better, Sumi, is no, stand on the other side of the river because he's got to walk all the way around it, and he'll be slow walking through the river. Because there's deep water in the middle that he can't cross, so he has to go around it.
He is another Neanderthal. Maybe he needs a wash.
And with your ranged weapon, yeah, you'll just shoot him from afar before he ever gets close.
He can get through this, but very slow.
Yeah, and he has to, Well, he'll probably take the quicker path around the deeper water.
The path of least resistance.
But even so, it'll be extremely slow, and you'll have time to kite back to the other spot if you need to.
Oh, he's
anyways.
not attacking yet.
Oh.
Well, can't you shoot him? Either way.
Yeah, but it's
Too
better
far.
to wait. Yeah.
It could be that he's just really
That's my
irritable
range.
because he hasn't had a shower in a while. So maybe if you
Oh.
pull him through the water and clean him up a bit, he might actually want to join your settlement and become an android.
Honestly, the solution of making people not angry is by drowning them, so that would be a good idea.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's not morbid at all,
Sorry.
you know. That's completely, ethical. That's not morbid or inhuman.
Well, it's deep water.
Out of
It
nowhere,
works.
very humane Meki.
You know,
Can you have something
Mecky's just
agrees?
like, oh yeah, we could do it so that it's we could just waterboard him. You know, that's completely humane.
Well, look,
plan
he
is
wants to
very
kill
human.
us. Yeah.
You know, no worries. I'll go talk him up and waterboard him, and then the next thing you just see her just shoving a wet towel over his face, going.
Yeah. You're really very welcome. I
Gotta
give
have
very
some
good
more
ideas.
crimes in RimWorld.
Yes.
Rhyme World, because it's Crime World.
Stop on a dime world.
It's time.
We're in Prime World.
It's time.
It's time for Prime World.
Rebel. Rib. Yes.
World.
So we are
Oh.
casually talking about like torturing another like Neanderthal, and Hertzilla's like, torture. Sumi's tail. Torture. Sumi's tail's cute. Torture. Sumi's tail's cute.
Is he just going around?
Oh, he might be, yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's going round, baby, round.
Can you, like, go on the roof of something and when he gets close enough, drop kick him? Like, jump and drop kick him?
I wish.
There is no Z level.
So, if you brought your pawns to the left-hand side of the base, he would most likely have to walk through the tunnel. So you funnel him through so that he should be easy to shoot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, except he's going to destroy the sun.
He's going to
Solar
attack
panel.
this thing.
Yeah,
Ah,
he's going
crap.
to
So he won't. He won't.
the solar power generator.
Can you not kite him in so that he sees you and then aggro's on you and leaves it alone?
Maybe. Once you've shot him once, then yes. Until then, it's unlikely.
Quick, shoot him, Sumi. Do it faster.
Oh no. Okay, good.
Oh, this is going to be a tight squeeze.
Nice.
Is Sumi
No
gonna-
hit.
Oh my
Good
God.
shot. Good.
What the are you using for
whoa.
bullets? Was that a
Can
freaking
you-
tank
All
round?
over.
Oh my god, can you take the body and use it as food? Sorry.
What the androids don't eat, so
Shit.
Yes, but we don't need food.
Take a spine.
they don't need human organs either.
Well, a spine isn't an organ.
Are you sure Sumi just
Yes,
shot
it
him
is.
with an anti-tank round?
What's your definition of an organ?
One that plays music in a
Sure,
church.
yeah.
Would also bump up the wealth of our colony, and the more wealth we have, the more difficult the fights will be.
Yeah.
So serious talk, Sumi. Did you just shoot him with an anti-tank round?
No.
Bloody well looks like.
With an assault rifle.
Loaded with an anti-tank round?
No, it's just Sumi's got good
I'm afraid
shooting
not.
skill, I believe. So probably just hit him in the head or something.
So I'm just getting flashbacks to Sumi and Barrow Trauma.
We can see.
Yeah.
Like, she used to just walk up to things and blow their brains out, you know? And it's just like, you know, knife in her gob.
Oh yeah,
axe.
he did. Headshot.
Sumi's assault rifle bullet punctured Mel Whitehill's brain and pierced her skull and head.
I'm sure they
A
deserved
missing
it.
body part
I mean, they
caused
did.
Mel Whitehill to die.
Yeah, you slight problem with your brain being missing.
It was nice knowing you, Mel. We have to ban you now.
Oh my god.
LOL. I'm joking.
Bye
No pain.
now.
Wow, did we just...
I'm not gonna keep anyone in chat if I do that. But that would be funny.
Well, we could time out now. I'm not going to, but we could.
I wanted to make a very a joke, but it may come across as dark. So
I wish there was a fun timeout variant, because it does show up in mod actions on their account.
I'm keeping it to myself.
You know, no, I am curious, so you can't. Okay, no, it's your choice. I'm sorry.
I'll just leave it up to your imagination. You're all familiar with using your imagination in TTRPGs and stuff, so I'm sure you can use yours.
As you have noticed from this conversation, this call already, my imagination is great.
I'm going to cancel this deal, because we have enough.
Oh no, the Nya speech.
What do you mean, oh no?
I don't
That's
like
great.
it.
But yeah.
Do you have a problem with it, Nya?
Yes, I do.
How come?
I don't like it.
Why not?
What's wrong with it, Mekinya?
Because you always finish sentences with a nya, and I don't like it.
It's
Well,
a
you just
random
don't
chance,
call
I
me
believe.
that.
It's not
Well,
Meki's
there's a
young.
chance of it. Don't call
It's
me
more
Mekinya.
based on a typing habit.
No.
What's wrong, Mekinya?
Yeah.
Stop!
Just eat the goddamn apple I throw at you.
I don't
Ooh-woo.
like apples. Don't ooh woo at me.
Ooh-woo.
I don't like apples. No!
Oh, whoa.
Oh, well.
No! Stop!
What?
Woo, woo, woo.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
No.
I
Sumi, did you learn that terrible conlang? Did you actually watch that whole video? I know you watched parts of it.
Yeah, we know what video you're talking about.
What video?
The conlang of the Owo?
Oh, yeah. No. Yes. That was terrible.
I know, right?
I have a bad realization.
What was that?
What's up?
We live here.
Uh-huh. What's wrong with that?
This narrator lands mechanoid ships on the map. I don't know if that's limited to being near me, but if it's a random location, I might be forced to travel the entire world to get to them.
Generally, there's a radius that storytellers can around you. It's like 20 tiles or something like that, because otherwise you would have to. Yeah, no, it's generally fine. It could be, several days walk kind of thing, but that's about it.
It's a modded thing, so I don't know.
Yeah, but because modded ones are generally modeled.
Yeah, they're based on a template, aren't they?
Yeah, and then only if they adjust the factor of like the radius they attack in. Which why would you? Because what's the point of them putting it all the way across the world, right? And Winter says other factions try to kill the landed ships too, so
Really?
so then if it is all the way
Cool.
across the world, you could just ignore it because other factions will deal with it.
Have you not experienced going to a tile where there's currently a faction war with 3 other factions just trying to kill each other, and you just like walk in and I'm like, okay, nice, bye.
I haven't done much caravanning.
Ah, fair enough.
Because like,
So I'm not
that's the
sure
other
what to
thing.
do now.
Even I mean, research and build new weapons, improve your recreation and/or sleeping arrangements.
Build an empire to dominate all other empires and make sure everyone's diet is spicy chippies.
Make sure that wind turbine you were building is complete or not. And work on that.
We need a workshop room.
We could also think about how to design the base as well. Like, do you want it in a specific shape or style?
It needs to look like an Among Us figure.
There we go.
I'm joking.
It needs to look sus.
I'm surprised you didn't put the sound effect in.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll raid you within. Hawk's rig will raid you within the upcoming 12 hours. They will prepare for a while, then attack. Prepare a defense or attack them preemptively.
Definitely check how good your memory is on your colonists.
Yes.
Ooh,
So this isn't a great
burrito.
defensive spot.
You could build
But
the
it
trap
could
tunnel.
be.
This is what you hear when you pet Meki and Sumi on the head while singing Warm Kitty, Little Ball of Fur.
I don't purr.
Oh yeah, you go, yeah.
I do.
No! Timmy does purr. I don't go, yeah. Darling, no, shut up.
He says you do, so...
I think we should build the trap stuff here, because I want a wall here anyway.
Sounds like a good idea.
That's fine, but you have to make sure that it leads into your base, otherwise they'll just ignore it and go around it.
No! Fucking hell.
Well, we already know that anything coming from the left is going around here.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you at the moment.
Yeah. I made your volume quieter, I'm sorry.
That's understandable.
Ooh, when you shout, I can hear, even though your volume is like 33. I wish your volume and the chat thing was separate, so that I can mute chat.
Also, by the way, if you have a custom goose with a honk image enabled, you'll see your custom goose honking now.
Yay.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Hey, we didn't even get a honk bang this time.
Also,
Yeah,
Frero was
it's a-
amazing enough to make that for all the people he made custom geese for.
Yeah. Good job, of Carrero. Of Carrero, good.
So freaking awesome.
We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Ooh, real fire flavor. This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. This
We're
this
on
was what
fire.
this is what the first content warning stream was like.
Honestly, we're hot. What can I say? We're fucking lit.
Oh, now who's punning? Jeez, you were giving us crap for it before.
I didn't give crap to anybody.
Yes, you did. You're like, that was the worst cool pun I've ever heard.
Yeah, that was the worst. These were your words exactly. You said these were your words exactly. You said that is the worst pun I have ever heard. Nya.
No.
Yeah. It's just total gaslight. We gotta be careful with the gaslighting here. It'll
Call
catch
that
on
on
fire.
ya?
No.
I've clipped it. I've clipped it. We've got proof.
Oh, sure you do. Sure you do.
We do. You said Nya.
No. Well, I'm sure you said yeah, like right
See, you
now.
just said it. You just said it again.
Yeah, but it's not like whatever. Fuck off. Oh no, the furry one.
Burrito's back.
Burrito flashbang the stream.
What is going on?
Yep, can't even see the stream.
Yeah, what?
So this is what happens when the goose
Burrito
flashbangs,
broke it.
but it's the burrito instead.
What the fuck? This is not
It's the
nice.
ultimate burrito.
Why did you
Oh.
get
It
closer
seems like
to
the
your
blend
mic?
mode didn't get
Because
applied.
I got told to stop being loud because the engineer's here.
Oh. Well, don't fuck the engineers now, wait.
What's that, Nya?
Nothing. Don't yeah at me.
I just did.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I told you to stop.
What did I just say?
Whatever. Do
What's
not call me
wrong?
that.
Jeez. Oh, that's totally a new nickname for you now from Kodo for sure.
Nyarling.
I will not speak to you for a
what?
while.
I was going to do it with sweetheart, but it sounds like I'm saying neat heart, like I'm yeeting you. Neat.
Neat. Neat heart. Oh no.
But Tsubi, that raid's gonna happen soon. What's everybody's memory at?
I forgot. Ironically.
You forgot.
We good.
Okay. Just double checking.
How's that memory? It's good, yeah.
Dingus.
Dingus. I just really like how it sounds with the echo. Dingus.
You say nya with the echo.
No.
Said
C.E.
yeah,
No.
Dairy, Christ Nian Akakro and Meki Nya Fimex. It'll probably get
NYA.
butchered, but oh well.
McNYA.
LOL.
I'm,
Your
I'm-
ass.
I misread that as making nya flex.
Ah yes. Flex.
Flex, yeah.
I will not read what you said, Koto. I will just ignore this. Blasphemy.
More like Nya Thimex. Lol.
Oh, dude, that is awful.
I'm not gonna build stuff yet. I want to make sure to get it built out of granite.
Yes.
Well, why
That's
granite?
cheap. It's cheap and cheerful.
Well,
Oh.
then you need a.
It's
Do you
strong.
even have a?
Strong.
But you don't have a. You need a block making, like a stone cutting bench.
You know what? The way you say nya Thimex sounds like you're saying these nuts, but about nya Thimex.
Don't
Oh,
talk
it's
about my
electric,
thighs
that's
like
why.
that.
No wonder you're constantly running out of power. You
Why?
should definitely just have an unpowered table to start. It's a little slower.
It wasn't
but-
used yet.
Oh, okay. But even if it's unused, it still draws power if the bench itself is turned on.
Oh, really?
Don't turn on the bench. Also, Sina, they want an explanation.
So, you know how you always try and convince people to say something so you could just drop the D's nuts line, yeah? It was just the more like the delivery of Nyathimex is similar to the delivery of you trying to convince someone to say something so you can drop D's nuts.
Mostly on other streamers, yes. Oh shit, Kodoku is here.
Shoot him,
You
blow his
said,
brains out.
Shit. This was one of your free swears of the day. You have 2 free swears remaining.
No,
Kodo
Meki.
has been here for a while. What's up, Meki?
No, Kodo's in game.
I mean in game.
Yeah.
Ah,
So what would you like to do to Kodo since he keeps making Nia stuff at you? What do you want Sumi to do to Kodo?
oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Alright, so can you torture your own siblings?
It is possible, but Sumi'd have to capture him first. And that's
Sucks.
not easy when she's shooting brains out.
I
with
don't have a
one-shots.
bedroom yet.
Wait, what?
What?
A prison. Sumi meant prison.
Why
A
was
dungeon.
Sumi's first response to take Koto to a bedroom?
Yeah, prison is the
No.
same.
Oh no.
Okay,
Sumi's
now we've
bedroom's
learned a
actually
lot more
prison.
than we ever thought we would about the catbot, but
I
yeah,
didn't mean
apparently
it like
prison
that.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
I
And
didn't.
sex dungeon are all the same thing in catbot's world.
And the bedroom. Also, like, do whatever with them.
I was
Becky,
just
can we
thinking in the
take-
thing like, I don't have a prison yet.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you don't have a
But a
sex
prison
dungeon
in this
yet.
game requires at least a bed in a closed room.
Well, sounds like a bedroom.
No, a sleeping spot. You don't actually need a bed.
Keep digging yourself, Sumi. You know, keep digging. You might find gold.
But I don't know. Like that's
All,
my
all you
not
really
my
need
choice.
is a 2x1 room and a door. Like you, that little where Sumi's digging out right now. So right next to it, there's a little like area that you could put a door on and then turn that into a prison. Yeah, right in that little corner there.
I don't even have any food to feed prisoners.
Don't
You won't
matter,
be
'cause
fed, darling.
apparently she's considering waterboarding him, so he won't need
I mean,
food.
that's okay. You can also just use them for medical experience by chopping off legs and things like that.
You know, just general
Trying
things
to
like
take out
casual human
organs, and then it doesn't matter.
experimentation.
You don't have food.
Holy shit! You can use the guy you killed as food.
For the next prisoner.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
So you're asking Sumi to dabble in casual human experimentation?
This is war crime simulator. Yes.
War crimes. Darling, most of those people are androids, so I'm not sure if that'll work.
There might be an Apple phone in there somewhere, but at least pity laugh at my bad joke.
That was a joke. What?
Ooh.
I wasn't listening.
Oh,
I'm
are you
sorry.
okay, Snapper? Do I need to send an ambulance for that burn?
No. Oh no.
I'm gonna go cry now. I'm just gonna disconnect and curl up.
Oh.
Bye bye, Kotaku. Kotoku. Jesus Christ.
Just Kodo.
We're not orderable.
Damn, androids take so much damage.
Get good. Sounds like a skill
Skill
issue.
issue.
High five.
Yeah.
Kodoku isn't dead yet,
Well,
Yet.
don't kill him.
but will be soon.
Oh, bet.
Yeah. Well, you can totally capture him and experiment on him.
Well,
I love how you've got casual pollution productivity as part of your organs.
oh my god.
Is that a
Well,
nice?
that's
Is
just
that, is that a polite way of saying that's your ass?
I mean, it's not uncommon for raiders to come from polluted biomes.
I don't need food.
Don't you mean
Nor do I
Yarling?
need to be
They're waster
tortured.
xenotype.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
after the stream,
wasters in particular.
Do you have enough neotite for replacing your android oil? Whatever it's called?
Nutramine.
Nutramine, sorry. Yeah, Nutramine.
There's some left in the tank, I believe.
I should have enough, but I only have so many.
Yeah, if possible, you want to avoid. You want that's something you need is a new gun for Maid and for Winter.
Poto says that he's gonna, or she's gonna, I don't know, he, she, Apache helicopter, I don't know. He said he was gonna make a gaming PC out of all the androids, but what happens if they turn around and make you into a gaming PC?
At the very least, even just some sort of bow and arrow would be something good to craft, Sumi. Then you can do some more ranged attacks with Maid and Winter. Because that you should be able to craft even if you can't craft guns yet.
That is a good idea. I'm not gonna lie though, Christian. Because you said that on the back end of what I said, I thought you meant turning Koto into a bow and arrow.
Why not?
I mean, you could use parts of him for the bowstring.
You can use the spine in many ways.
Yeah, but not as a bow.
Well, yeah, but it can be the type
It wouldn't
of
work for that.
Sibling just over here thinking what to do with my sibling's body parts. His spine could be used for part of the bow, you know.
You feel so.
I mean, they didn't even kill him. He's just lying there, bleeding out. And Coco, yeah, and because he's just lying there, I feel so used.
Well, technically he
LOL.
was used as target practice.
Oh, he's definitely gonna die though. There's not enough
Fine,
time to
I'll
save
strip
him
you
even if
first.
you want.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
First you decided to take them to the bedroom because you got no prison, and now you want to strip them. Okay.
Oh my god. This stream is getting a bit too much.
Sumi's too thirsty.
What? We can't have tainted clothes worn by a corpse.
Yeah, so take them while you're not a corpse.
Oh my god.
Exactly. It's nothing personal. Just efficient.
Couldn't you kidnap him, though, and turn him into an android? Or can you not do that at the moment, or is it just a complicated process?
Why would I do that?
Extra slave labor? You could just program him with slave routines, I suppose.
I don't believe humans can be turned into androids. They can build new androids later.
I would assume that if you put enough cybernetics into them that they would eventually be able to. Or at least cyborg.
No, generally not. I mean, it in theory could be done if you built your mod that way, but I'm pretty sure that's not the way this mod works.
Kotoku 1 says, it's nothing
Koto-
personal. Take your clothes off.
I mean, to be fair, Catbot stripped you, not got you to strip yourself.
Yeah.
Should
True.
feel honored.
You're welcome.
She did it for you. Sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
I hope you feel welcomed and loved in this community.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it all by yourself.
That way you could die naked as the day you were born.
I mean, you know, it's a more warm welcome than what Mel got.
A bullet to the cranium.
Oh my god.
Her grey matter just splattered everywhere, so...
I mean, to be fair, humans are just monkeys.
No, we're apes.
Oversimplifying.
Yeah, but you're wrong though.
No. Then why do we
about-
have monkey brain?
Because humans are dumb and don't know how to use the right words because we're, apes.
Oh yeah, that is blocking the area.
What, the apes or your butt?
These 2 tiles.
Ooh, what is that? Is that machine or... Oh, it's compacted steel. Okay.
Yeah. But it's so that we can get more power out of the wind generator.
Yes.
And then we'll actually have, a half-decent amount of power to run the colony with.
BRB.
Okay. I can't recall it being a thing, but is hydroelectricity a thing in RimWorld or not?
It is, but
Hydro?
you need very specific circumstances for it to work.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've never really seen it working.
We
Or-
can
Yeah,
do it
you
in
can
this
do
river.
It in the river. Yeah.
So it is like in part of the game then. It's
But
not
not
just
here.
Not there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It is part of vanilla, yes.
So like, I was just thinking, is there any area
not
that's
on
going
the
to really
coast.
have a current that's going to be strong enough to? Or
Yeah, the river.
The river does, yes.
Okay.
Not something
I
you can
think we should
normally
also dig into this.
How long is that?
You are not ready for that.
Oh, okay.
That will kill the colony.
No, what you should have said is save your game and then let's go check it out.
Yeah, you could do that. Save's gonna see how bad you die.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't have told her anything. Entertainment, my boy. It'd be funny to see the look on her face when things just go, mistakes were made. I made a mistake.
Yay, it's working properly now.
Well, that looks a lot stronger.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, lots of power.
That's one way I wanted to try and get off RimWorld was steal a ship, but they are always well guarded.
Right. I suppose you can touch. Fair enough, Winter, but still, like, Catbot absolutely would have dove headfirst into that and then killed the colony.
Which would have been funny to watch.
Oh, we do care about corpses.
Oh, really? I thought you had a thing, your religion, so you weren't really bothered by them.
Thought so too.
Oh, even more. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that part, Winter. I don't know this.
Oh, that's about
We don't
losing
care about-
allies.
Yeah.
Corpses still ugly.
I mean, it's not wrong.
I can see why the androids would be like. So you can. That's where you like designate a spot in the river to put the corpses where you won't be walking by frequently.
I usually just bury them in the far corner of the map. Basic graves. Dig a
Sure,
hole.
but it's actually better wealth-wise to put them in the river because then they decay to nothing, and then you don't have their wealth still on the map.
Sorry, I must be a RimWorld noob because I didn't know that. I didn't realize wealth was built up by corpses too.
Oh yeah. Basically, everything on your map counts towards the wealth, and that includes
Most
enemy
things.
corpses. Not everything, but most things, yeah. Like unmined material still doesn't count. Floors build up wealth, yeah. The clothing that you stripped off of the corpse counts, anything that raiders bring with them, including their own person, counts. There are some things like the closed ancient danger shouldn't count until you open it up.
I saw the video.
Oh, did you watch the wealth guide?
Yes.
Ah, this is a good one.
I think this should be fine.
Yeah, that's a good spot, I think. Your androids generally aren't going over there. Someone will have to, while they drag a corpse over there, will get the debuff for a day or two, or however long it lasts.
Yeah, I think you can make an
nobody
area
else should be getting it.
a non-patrol, non-walk to area. I think you can designate that zone as a no thingy bob zone or something, can't you?
Right, but then people won't be able to drag the corpse over there.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Logical. You're right. That makes sense. So what about just making one person's job to dump them there then? And making it a forbidden area to everyone else?
I mean, because the way it works is then only one person would be able to do hauling in general.
Oh, so it's considered under the broad spectrum of hauling, not like there's no sub thing like bury things here then, no?
Not in the base game. You can get mods that'll let you expand that out, but
Okay.
not in vanilla.
Yeah, I don't see a way to choose who does a storage area.
There generally isn't in vanilla. Like there's some mods expanded
I'm sure.
expanded tasking or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
But it's not that big of a deal.
When you get deliveries or pickups and stuff like that, where do they usually land?
Random.
Oh, right. So you can't
Random,
really
but generally near your base.
Okay, so you can't really stop them from going into an area that might have that in there.
Skewmoid will raid you within the upcoming 12 hours. They will prepare for a while, then attack.
Oh, you don't even need to defrag until they get on the map then, because they're going to prepare for at least a couple hours.
Yes.
Just for future reference, Mel, you probably only want to send one person out. as long as they can defend themselves, they can defend against basically any ambush.
Also, now we have a few granite blocks I can start putting down structure.
Yeah. You probably... Oh, okay. Yeah, you could do that. Oh, I'm not sure. Were you trying to wall off the river? I thought you wanted a new workshop room. Because that wall is going to take forever to build.
I should do the workshop room first.
Yeah, it'll be much smaller and quicker as well. Like with the size of your raids, you could honestly just get by with like a very small trap tunnel just attached to your base. And then like just, so like I'd even just build the workroom first and then right next to it build the trap tunnel. But it's up to you, whatever. Because trap tunnels are only good in the early game. In the late game, you'll want to, build like the shotgun kill box or something like that. Oh, okay.
Thinking of going with fancy walls.
Yeah, marble walls are the prettiest. So they add to the impressiveness of a room, which gives mood buffs when people are working in it. Okay, well, as long as they're not carrying too much Mel, yeah, you don't have to carry much, then it should be fine. There is 3 android stands, Winter. They're just all 3 in separate rooms. But Catbot was smart enough to build one for each of them, yeah. Hey, headbats.
Thank you, Dad.
There we go. Yes, so basically, Winter, you sleep on the research table.
That does sound like you, Winter.
That's exactly why.
actually.
Heya Axabat.
Snackshy.
Hello, everyone's.
Everyone's.
Wow.
Winter is the research table. Well, that sounds a bit rude. But you're not wrong.
What are you looking for,
Oh,
Mel?
traders.
Oh, good.
Eat the traitors.
If they have any guns, you want them. And Nutrimine.
Everyone's like, oh, look, traders, yay, we could buy stuff. Meki's like, eat them.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Nom nom. Free food.
Yeah.
And they came to you. Wow, it's like a chicken nugget just went up to you.
Sure is,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't you eat it?
Wait, we have one.
We have one, what, yeah.
Gotta get made to pick it up.
An extra gun?
Chicken nugget. For sure.
Oh, no, a hatchet. Okay. Well, who's attacking?
Scotty,
Mel. Again.
Scotty, why would you give her ideas?
And
why
actually-
is Mel attacking again?
Eat the traitors, you get the money and stuff. Yeah, good one. Yeah. Loot the bodies, strip them, eat them.
Loot that body.
Don't forget to drag them back to the bedroom.
I don't need to eat.
No, you don't have to. You can pretend.
That's a good point. Yeah, you really actually don't want to piss off the traders because then you'll just get another faction that hates you and sends raids at you, rather than one who sends traders, which you need for Nutrimine.
Well, if they keep sending traders to attack you, then doesn't that mean free loot?
But they're not attacking you if they're traders. You
Okay.
you don't send a trade caravan to attack.
Okie doke.
Oh my god, they're pig people.
Those swine.
Pigskins are human-pig hybrids which are capable of two-legged movement, tool use, and speech, but which also retain many pig-like qualities. They are hardy and can eat almost anything without getting sick, but their trotter-shaped hands leave them at a disadvantage when attempting to precisely manipulate tools and objects. They don't see well at a distance, so pigskin gangs usually focus on close-range weapons. They also have a strong taste for explosives. Pigskins were made for their organs. Uncomfortable with the idea of harvesting organs from baseliner humans, a long-gone government merged human DNA into pigs to make the animals produce more easily transplantable hearts and lungs. They succeeded, but the resulting creatures became more human-like than anyone anticipated.
So they're basically traditional orcs.
Sure.
They're organ farm creatures.
Yeah. They're like, it's almost like almost like a slig, except instead of trying to make food, they're trying to make organs.
Yeah, like in like old traditional D&Ds and stuff like that, orcs are usually seen as pig-like.
Sabas Matochis, a praetor of Imperium of Arian, is calling from nearby. His guards were killed in an ambush. He escaped, but is now being followed by a man-hunting squirrel. Matochis wants you to keep him safe at Nyan City for a few hours until his shuttle can come pick him up. He will bestow 8 honor on whoever accepts this quest. This is enough honor to receive the royal title of yeoman, and all benefits that come with it, including the first level of psychic powers.
I thought you were
But they'll also have the first level of royal requirements, which it doesn't tell you.
I think we can't really do psychic stuff.
Oh, you're psychically deaf, yeah, so even more reason not to
Yeah.
bother.
psychically mute.
Deaf, much
Sorry,
different than
get
muteness.
eaten by a squirrel, nerd.
How is it different? Like, because mute means you can't do that. So what's deaf mean? Then?
Mute means you can't speak. Deaf means you can't hear.
Right. So yeah, but if you can't use something, that means mute. Yeah. So I always assumed not being able to use psychically would be classed as. Okay, fair enough.
But they can't be hit by psychic stuff either.
Oh really? Okay. Okay, that changes things.
Yeah, Winter. Without the psychic stuff, the rank at human level is pretty useless. And it's just going to require, like, you know, a royal cape or whatever not, or a
We
royal
got other things
bedroom.
to worry about.
By the time it does become useful at the higher levels, it's just an infrequent, like, call-in of, like, a shuttle or whatever. So...
I dug this line for defense.
Okay, but they're gonna go around it.
But why?
I mean, they might not, but they probably will, just because there's a bunch of stuff in the way, so, right, they'll get slowed down by the first pile of steel. And so they'll just decide to go around, probably. Yeah. Until they see you shooting at them, and then, yeah, then they'll just use the other end as cover. But the trader's helping. Oh, and the trader dropped all his crap.
Loot it.
I mean, yeah. That's your stuff now.
Hey, free loot.
Hey, you have food for prisoners now.
Thanks for the free loot, Koto, sorry.
Kodo.
Oh my god, components. Nice.
Ooh, free components.
What's feather dust?
Looks like a custom drug that isn't in the base game. One of your mods must be adding that. Well, that's a feather duster. A feather dust joint.
Black bear chicken feathers can be gathered and processed into a fine fat powder which produces a mild euphoric sensation when burned and inhaled. So basically a joint.
I didn't add anything.
It increases your hunger, aka munchiness. It's 3.5% addictive. Increases your mood, lowers your rest, lowers your consciousness and pain.
It's from Genetic Rim, says Mel.
Yeah, it is from Genetic Rim. Correct. I was just reading the description in the wiki.
Which mod makes the pawns go into draft when forcing them work to do?
I didn't know that was a mod or a thing. I thought you drafted them for a combat, not freaking forcing work. I thought you right-clicked on them to force work.
Hey, Julian and Victor. Welcome.
Hi, Victor. Yeah, this modded storyteller is definitely going to be rough on your Nutrimine supply.
Yep. We're
Have a
gonna
good
need
nap,
a lot of
Scotty.
it.
Snooze, Scotty.
Loot that dead kid's body.
Why don't these go into the tank?
Is the piping
Oh, that's the
hooked up
output, not the
correctly?
input.
Ah,
Yeah, that'll explain some things. You might want to
that
put it in
makes
the
sense.
input.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because the pawns can probably only interact with the actual pile of stuff, and so that pile is probably replenished by the tank. And so then that's the stockpile that they can grab it from to use it
But
for
we don't
other
need it
things,
yet.
Nutrimine.
Oh,
Right,
do you know what? For some reason, I had this image that you just take the Nutrimine tank, grab a pipe, and just like put it into some sort of like petrol tank hole on the side of the Android.
Basically.
Yeah, we would just have to unscrew Maid's gas cap.
No.
Oh, I see a steam geyser.
Yeah, you don't have the research for that yet. It'll be a while. Geothermal is nice though, but it's expensive to research.
It sounds
There's
amazing,
usually
though.
4 to 6 geysers on any given map. You could search for them and see where they all are.
Well, that means effort.
No, I mean, like, there's actually a search function. Oh, you got 7. Yeah, geothermal generators do definitely. Well, you just have to wall them in and put a door, and it's usually fine.
I installed
Nope,
a virus and I
Julian.
can do that. I call it the spicy chippy Trojan.
Oh no, we're repairing?
Well, or at least not a wood door or steel door. Just make sure it's not a burnable door.
Then why not a steel door? That can't be burned either, can it?
It can in RimWorld. Steel burns in RimWorld.
I can understand melting, but burning?
It just does. Don't question. Steel burns.
Ooh, a war merchant.
Ooh, they might have guns. 1.6 isn't a thing yet, Kelly. 1.5 only just came out recently.
Collie
With
has
Anomaly.
access to 1.6.
Yeah. Collie's a dev, confirmed.
Yes.
I mean, she has access to 4.0 Catbot.
I mean, maybe they changed that, but as far as I know, like steel burns still. It could have been changed. But I definitely think I would have heard about it because like that would have been a big deal amongst the RimWorld community.
That'll explain why doors kept disappearing when I was playing RimWorld and there was fires.
But yeah, I think they're on like patch 1.5.0446 or something like that.
3.42567103453.
3.14159.
Yeah, that. I was trying to sound smart. But
Anyway, it's time for a midstream break. I need to have my nap.
Let me just call the construction workers to start making noise.
Hi, Daily.
Hi, Spinda.
Okay, see you guys in a bit. Do you guys want Wordle? Or Pokemon?
Wordle, let's go.
Pokemon sounds fine. I won't play, but I know Winter and a few others enjoy it.
Spinda too.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Richter wants Pokemon. Sounds good.
Okay, Twitch plays Pokemon it is. I'll be gone for about 35 minutes, so see you guys then.
Right, the construction workers said they're going to start work as well now. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good night.
Welcome back everyone to RimWorldy. How are we all doing after the midstream break?
Good. Did you hurt yourself, Mel? I don't remember that.
Why your shoulder being a hurty? Wiggles?
Oh, Mel.
That raid actually went so well with the trader dying and dropping stuffs.
Yeah, sure. That's one way to look at it.
Do we need to build a bridge to get to that pile, LOL?
No. It's just... You're gonna get soaking wet no matter what. It's just gonna be... It's gonna happen. Because no matter what, like if you're gonna drop them in the river so that they decay faster, then you'll naturally have to stand on the tile you're dropping on, which you'll get wet then. So building a bridge is just gonna make it marginally faster. What are you trying to build now?
Workshop.
Oh, okay, I thought, yeah. You just gotta cut more blocks. You could also have an unpowered bench, stone cutting bench, as well as a secondary one that then someone can help if they don't have other jobs to do.
There's always something to do, it seems. We also need that research.
Yeah. Oh. The internal door. Yeah, that works. Axe is probably better than the hatchet, yeah.
I'm surprised.
Why? Hatchets are very small. Axe is big.
The hatchet has more DPS than the breaching axe.
Oh, it's a breaching axe, that's why. The breaching axe will rip through walls like nothing else, and also, I believe, has a high stun chance, but its damage isn't as high as weapons designed to attack people. I didn't realize it was a breaching axe.
I used a breaching axe in Barotrauma. It was amazing at decapitating creatures.
Yeah, well, it's, different devs, different setups, I suppose, but yeah, no, in RimWorld, it's definitely meant for breaking walls more than people.
Winter casually playing horseshoes next to a bloodbath.
That sounds like winter. Oh, you should disallow tainted apparel.
I beat you to it.
Yep. I saw that immediately after I said it. I was like, that was too fast. Yeah, it should be good. That's hilarious, Mel.
Nice. You have no way of preparing proper meals from raw food. So,
It's because it's a, basic game warning that's designed for a colony of humans, not androids. Frankly, the mod should suppress that warning unless you have humans in here. But,
I agree, but I guess not.
yeah. It absolutely could. It's just, they didn't think of it, or it didn't bother them enough. What quest is expiring in 12 hours? Is that the rabid squirrel one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Who cares? Yeah, hunter lacks suitable weapons, so that's like, you should just, I would put, do you have a crafting spot somewhere, or a crafting bench?
Not yet.
That would be, at the very least, a crafting spot would be a good call, because that doesn't cost anything. And then you can build some bows for Maid and Winter to wield.
Where is a crafting bench?
Crafting spot is bottom left next to deconstruct. Crafting bench is gonna be what, the art bench?
I've never seen one.
Workers table. No, that's a ground. Art bench.
Hey. Laraviri is here.
You might have to research it to unlock it, I think, is why it's not showing. And then, yeah, at the very least, make a couple short bows. Yeah, either exclamation R or exclamation time.
R is an alias for exclamation mark rank.
Yes. I believe exclamation mark T also works for as a short for time. Yeah.
Should we get people backpacks?
I don't think it's necessary, but you can if you have the materials and allows an additional 50 kilos of carry capacity. I mean, it shouldn't matter. I've seen people like carrying elephants and things like that without problems. It's only like if you have like a dedicated hauler, I suppose, would that make any sense? No. My myriad, it's like straight up actual elephant corpses. And just RimWorld pawns just drag them around like they're nothing.
Lucas_Phoenix says, all I need is Smoke Leaf and Slave's baby cat Batowo. I guess we don't do food, but I'm sure I can interest my androids in joints.
Yeah, I'd only use it to try and prevent breakdowns, though. So if people are getting upset, and then that can be a mood increaser because it does lower consciousness, which makes fighting harder. But you can also use them to sell. That's another useful thing for drugs. Become a drug dealer.
Android drug dealer colony.
Oh, well, you have to set up the drug policy if you want to ensure that they don't use drugs or store them in a place that...
Not a living creature.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. I didn't know that. That's a mod thing.
Same.
Which means then, yeah, okay. Well, whatever, then I guess occasionally that'll be... So that's the downside then of having the drugs on hand, is that your androids will be like, yeah, you know what? I'm an android. What's it gonna hurt me? Just one little joint.
Thanks to high mood, Winter Dawn has experienced an inspiration. She will shoot more accurately for the next 8 days. She would like to go on a hunt.
Definitely give her a bow as soon as it's done crafting, yeah. She says she'll shoot more accurately at raiders too.
Come on.
Time to hunt spines.
It's poor. Just like me.
Yeah, better than nothing, though. Or did she auto-destroy it because you had it set to normal or better?
I picked it up.
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't count for the count.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Then at the very least, yeah, that's fine. Just keep it until you get normal or better ones and then swap it out and sell it. Ooh, awakened
Yumiko
android.
Bautista, an awakened android, is calling from nearby. She is being hunted by Flamehome of Laws. Once an android experiences high emotional trauma or happiness, it can develop sentience and personality. Despite being synthetic, awakened androids exhibit human-like behavior and possess adaptable subroutines. Their artificial bodies grant disease immunity, but they require comfort and personal space. They indulge in human pursuits and strive to blend into society. A lot of societies don't agree with it and prefer androids as servants, not equals. The search party of imps is composed of one archer. Yumiko Bautista wants you to provide shelter at Nyan City. If you accept, she will arrive immediately, but she will be followed by the search party that you will need to defeat.
Awesome. That sounds like a good deal. One archer. Yeah, you can fight that off no problem. For an extra colonist.
Oh my god, she's an amazing fighter.
Perfect. Distressed and depressive. Those aren't great traits, though.
Oh no. What?
What does distress say?
Venom
that's one
fangs.
from the mod. Oh.
Holy
Bite
heck.
people.
Is this Akshi?
Good call. That does make sense. Actually does like to bite people. Consensually normally, but bite your enemies too. Fair enough.
There we go, this is you now.
Remember to give her a charging spot or a defrag spot, rather. And I can see actually is an amazing fighter. That seems legit too.
Flamehome of Laws will raid you within the upcoming 12 hours. They will prepare for a while, then attack. Do we want to do genetics?
For Why? You're androids. You don't have any genes.
Maybe we can make cat robots.
Though, the mod might, like, because you might still technically have genes because of the way the mod works. I don't know. Winter would know better. Does genetics make any sense, Winter? For an android colony?
I don't think so.
Yeah, except, well, hardware components, but
They actually make this separate from xenotype.
it is a different system. Okay, fair enough. Then yeah, no, then not really much need for genes. Androids use android types. Fair enough, fair enough.
We're going to need a catbot manager role soon.
Does actually have any, or does anyone else aside from you have social? So I don't think I actually had any social.
Winter matches me with 6.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. Thematically, like for real world synergy, it actually would make sense, but in game, Winter makes the most sense, just based off on social skill. Because I believe the priest abilities are largely based on social.
Oh, actually.
Oh, but they have a passion.
Actually has 4, but with small passion.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, go with action. It's not that far behind, and she'll catch up using it. With a passion, especially as you get a faster learn rate, slower drop rate. And they get mood bonuses from engaging in their passions as well.
Here we go.
It's just, oh, in that case, I am the most social person ever. Yeah.
Nymphakitiak discussed taking responsibility. Nymphakitiak talked about her desire to serve the community. Nymphakitiak discussed decision-making under stress. Talking more about responsibility. Nymphakitiak talked about her personality and how it relates to the role. Like how she's the most social person ever. Nymphakitiak spoke about the social structure of the community. Nymphakitiak talked about her beliefs about the future and the lack thereof. Oh shit, get to battle stations.
You said,
Never
there's
mind,
your-
in 12
there's the
hours.
your
wall.
free swears of the day. You have 1 free swears remaining.
Nymphokitiak spoke about the Wiggles.
Yay. We need to make a cape soon.
You should be able to. You can put it in the workshop and then it'll just, like, once it's enclosed, it'll be inside anyways.
It's fine, yeah.
I don't know. Also, chairs for workstations are like a luxury, except for maybe the research station.
But comfort.
Yeah, they're androids. They'll be fine.
They're complaining about comfort.
It's because they don't get any. Because, like, most humans get comfort from sleeping, but because you don't have beds. So that does make sense that it's more important to have, as well as comfort from eating at a table on a chair, which you don't have either. So yeah, that does make sense to have their workstations have chairs then, I suppose.
Oh my god, so many raids are coming.
Well, because one's the quest raid for Akshi, and the other's the actual timed raid from the storyteller. What's Winter's shooting skill at?
2.
Oh, I'd totally give that bow to Akshi then. Because shooting inspiration does
Come
not
on.
make up 6 points or whatever it is of skill level.
That's better.
Nice, nice. Hi, Step.
Hey, hey, hey. How is Step doing? Meteor?
Ooh, silver ore.
Nice.
Whoa. It just melded with the mountainside.
Way to inflate my wealth. I'm not mining it.
Well, it doesn't really inflate your wealth when it's unmined.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it does, if you need money that you can actually spend at traders, then that's convenient place to get it. That's awesome, Step. Do you still have
But the property
still have
value low
exams?
XD.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Just a thesis left? Just a little old thesis. That should take no
They're
time
not
at all.
great at melee.
But that's okay. You have ranged weapons.
Exactly.
I think this one's the one that's preparing for a while first. But yeah, good to get everybody's memory back up. Yeah, for sure.
Immediately.
Wanna see those boozes parry my 9mm?
I think he meant bozos, but it got auto-corrected.
Bozos, LOL.
Wait, who's the raider? Should have gotten a name assigned by now.
Nympho and
But
Yulian.
Nympho's al- but Nympho Kittyak's already a colonist. Why do they double assign?
I don't see an option for this.
Did you link them correctly? I know you linked them, but maybe they're not linked, like the character's not linked actually correctly?
Oh, they are.
Okay, then I don't know. Yeah, she probably has a mustache, actually. Or a goatee. That's the... Can you imagine actually with a goatee?
Easy peasy.
Nice.
Why they all bringing drugs?
Because it helps with rating. Hello, Teacup. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, hi, hi. Yay. Shiv is actually pretty good.
Oh, you've got the secondary weapon thinger
Yes.
mod.
Vice and Teacup are rating me.
That does seem like a very Vice thing to do. Oh, don't worry, Teacup. It's okay. You're going to be killed shortly here. Nothing to fret.
Oh no. They breathe fire.
Oh yeah, the impids. This is fine.
And scene.
Oh, you got some friendly fire on Maid there, I think.
I don't think so.
Maybe I missaw that, but I think you did if you check Maid's wounds. Oh no, maybe not. Okay, fair enough. I thought I saw.
As you can tell,
There's no friendly fire within a few tiles.
I came back from my grave to haunt you, Sumi, after brutally killing me
Right,
last
you're
time.
right. It's like a 4 or 5 tile radius.
And I did it again. We don't want our loot to be burned away. Maybe Akshi doesn't need to do hauling.
Yeah, they're already problematic enough being depressive. I'll definitely be a little bit happier once she gets. Yeah, that's actually a problem with having Akshi in that role now that I think about it. Because Akshi has higher expectations, which means she'll also get mood debuffs from that. But hey, the workshop balls are done.
Nice. What do you suggest for floors?
Dirt. Because it's low wealth. Yeah, dirt actually is correct. It doesn't get dirty because it's dirt.
What?
It's like the whole water isn't wet thing. Have you heard of that before?
Yes, I hate it.
No, actually, it's correct. Yeah, not having floor. Like the only reason why we have floors in the other ones is because they came with it, and it's not worth the time to rip it up. Honestly, even in cooking spaces, actually, it makes sense to just stick with dirt floors because dirt floors can't get dirty, and it's already high enough that it doesn't count as unsafe cooking environment. Unless it's bloody or something else.
Speaking of which, did you know we don't have a sense for detecting liquids? We cannot feel if something is wet. All that we feel is the temperature change. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
cold.
why is my arm so warm? Oh heck, I'm bleeding.
That's why
Well,
when
of course, they
I-
can't get dirty, they are dirt.
Yes, exactly. Why when I'm doing laundry and like if I to be fair we just hang dry here, but in Canada I usually used a machine dryer to dry the clothes in. And sometimes if you run a short cycle or whatever, the clothes will still be wet. But I'm like, is it cold or is it just wet, right? And so then I'll like actually press the clothes up to my lips so that I can use the more sensitive parts of my anatomy. Yeah. Well, the more sensitive part of my body to be able to tell the difference between the wet and the whether it's wet or just cold. How is that the worst thing ever? I don't understand.
It seems this stuff is a bit more addictive.
I can believe that. It's just probably made, like, what's it made of? Chicken bear feathers?
Feather dust.
Yeah, but like, I was reading the description there. It said it was made of chicken bear feathers. And that's exactly, actually, but that's why if you use your lips instead of your fingers, you can tell the difference between wet and cold. At least I can.
Guess Akshi is gonna get high.
Cause you got high. Cause you got high. Cause you got high. Actually got high.
That filled her recreation completely.
Actually got high. Stoned on feather dust. Whoa, minus 20% hit to consciousness. Gross. But, you know, the hunger rate won't affect you, so that's nice.
Yeah. And another one.
The pain minus 10% is actually good, kind of, for both, like, if you had a wound, which you don't, but also, like, it's good in combat, because you
It makes people not drop.
as quickly, yeah. Says the awakened android. Oh, you should put
At least it doesn't stack.
A wall light in your workshop or two.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, actually, so dirt is only a -1 on the cleanliness scale, and you need -2 or worse for it to be an unsafe cooking environment for future reference, actually. When you're actually in a colony of humans and you're actually cooking. I can believe that, actually. No, absolutely. And I don't know all of them by any means. I know a bunch of the early game ones because one of my favorite streamers is RimWorld player full-time, and so is, you know, therefore an expert with over 6,000 hours. And he constantly gets asked early game questions by his audience.
Oh man, look at the RimWorld reviews. They're hilarious. It's absolutely full of "I just finished the tutorial, but it seems fun so far. 3,000 hours playtime."
Yeah. I can see that. I actually don't own the game, actually. So I've never played RimWorld.
Or seems fun so far, 9,000 hours playtime.
Yeah.
There are so many.
I'm glad you went with the word roosters for that.
Like, okay,
Winter.
that joke is funny, but like, it's full of those.
It definitely wouldn't have been funnier had you went the other word.
Like, so many people have so many hours in this game.
See, and that is why I don't play. Exactly. Same thing for me, Alpha. Yeah, no, I just watch others play because I do not want to sink thousands of hours into RimWorld, because I would. Especially in the morning winter. That makes sense. Do you know the barracks? I'm gonna go with cheese. It's not really an exploit, it's kind of intended.
Huh. Having chargers in the same room doesn't count as a barracks.
Oh. Oh, geez. Oh, okay. Then that's definitely the way to go. Knock down the walls, man. The interleaving walls. The walls between your rooms of your workshop, your med bay, and your research center. You don't need them. And put everybody's recharge station inside there. They get very spacious interior. They'll work in a very spacious. So this is the barracks bonus, because normally, even just with human pawns, and I kind of mentioned this to you earlier, Sumi, is that the maximum debuff you get for working and living in a barracks is disturbed sleep -3. But because if you set everything, your barracks, your food, your recreation, all of that stuff works inside the one giant room, and that's where it stacks up to a maximum of -3 though, Vice. It's only -1 per time disturbed sleep, up to a maximum of -3. Which, when you're getting
Interesting.
Ate in a beautiful environment, slept in a beautiful environment, slept in a spacious environment, like all of those buffs stack, recreated in a wonderful environment, all of that stuff far outstrips the -3 that you get from disturbed sleep. So I'd even put your hoopstone ring inside, and any other recreation things you have. Then they'll actually cancel out the recreated negative you have. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Get Loving is a separate one, but yes.
They do have a need for outdoors, though.
That's okay. They'll still do that. They'll still do outdoors naturally, and they can also just recreate outdoors by going to Steric Clouds, and there's a few different recreation activities that do that. And then they'll naturally do that just from going to haul things or going to do whatever, because you're not forcing them to stay inside. But then whenever they recharge or whenever they come in to grab something from a shelf or do some work in the workshop or whatever, they'll get the bonuses for big spacious environment, and then it can be worthwhile if whoever's got art can make some statues.
Ami and Winter are best friends.
Of course. That's great.
We got a dude with a knife with a 3 in melee.
Okay, that's not a big concern. Everybody's memory's good.
Another Akshi clone.
Why do you ask if he's from London, Winter? Knives. Someone printing Akshis.
Yeah, terrible.
And so, yeah, so that's one of the biggest ways, because...
I think me and Akshi should got this.
Oh, yeah, I agree. You could bring Winter with you, too, for just a little extra firepower. She's got a bow, too.
That one didn't want to die.
And they were carrying 129 blocks?
Silver.
Oh, okay, silver bars?
It's retextured.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but even then, actually, just do a big old square. Like, it's much easier to do. It costs marginally more, if not the same amount. And it's, yeah, and you don't need to tediously build a diagonal. I mean, except it's not square area footage efficient, but it's the same amount of materials, because if you like, or it might be like, a couple extra blocks or something like that, because it's like if you stretch the corners out, right, it's just inverting, just counting the stupid blocks. That's why you build multiple block cutting stations.
The thing Akshi is about that is that the spacious bonus is better because they look vertically and horizontally to determine if it's spacious or not.
No, I saw that. It's just because she's trying to be efficient with how many blocks it costs to build a large space. Yeah, no, she's just repeating in case I missed reading it from you, actually. But I did see that. But squares are easier, and it's like gonna be a handful of blocks more than doing diagonal. There is also mods for that too. I know that there's like there's a mod that lets you draw diagonals and circles easier. Yeah. Which you can just build the square without the corners. Because the corners actually don't do anything. They just, or aesthetically pleasing to some.
To some. Implying not to you.
Yes. I mean, I don't care if there's corners. Why spend the labor and the blocks on it?
It mildly bothers me it doesn't look connected, lol.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's totally fair. If you want to have corners because it bothers you, have corners. It's just, if I were to ever get RimWorld, I wouldn't. Just giant bit, yeah, and then so. Oh, I think you took out one of the wall lights when you took that wall down. So you use a floodlight.
I don't think I have that.
You should have floodlights because you might need the next level of lighting. Wall lamp, standing lamp. Because floodlights are extremely efficient. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. It is a separate research that you need to do. Mad Boomalope. Oh god.
A mad boomalope.
Is it? I look. Oh my god. Oh, that looks so tedious to build, though.
Where are you going?
I mean, fair enough.
What are you doing?
What is it doing? That's weird.
Oh, now you attack.
It's up to actually if they want to share the screenshot in gaming or something. Vice. Yeah, I couldn't see like you gotta balance the there or DM it, that works. Balance the tediousness versus because it might be more efficient, but it's also my sanity, right? I would never build that. I would be like, okay, giant block room. Sure, fair enough. Or use the existing walls you have of one as a guide. Well, that went well. Good fight.
Heck yeah. We're not gonna put that out?
It's not in your home zone. So yeah, you can either manually do it or you can add it to the home zone, and then they'll automatically fight everything there. Yeah, it's right next to the home zone, but next to is not in.
Easy peasy. We're doing amazingly.
Yeah. That's how much Nutrimine do we have left?
Thinking of moving the charge pads into the power room.
I mean, do they? So, actually, force someone to use one inside the big room. Doesn't matter who. And then after they're done, I want to see if they have a mood buff from it.
Doesn't look like it.
Well, it might have worn off, though. That's why I said force someone to do it. Okay, then yeah, doesn't matter.
They don't care.
Because they're not sleeping.
Oh no, I can't move it.
Oh, well then, I'm just whatever. I mean...
It's just steel, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Thought it might cost components. You already have one pad in there. Future-proofing? That's fine.
Yes.
So yeah, so you've got your sleeping room, charge room, whatever.
Ooh.
Defrag room.
What the heck is LTEX?
Oh my god, LTEX is like the psych... Yes, they can actually. LTEX is the type of material that you make psychic equipment out of, or psychic boosting equipment. Which, yeah, you don't have any of because all of you are psychically deaf.
We're not doing that, LOL.
But it can be a good material to sell.
Should I mine it for trade?
I mean, if you're going to mine for trade, mine the silver, because that's directly into cash. Yeah,
oh,
silver,
okay.
honor, and high praise. Like, you can keep it and you can save it later for later, but yeah, the silver attached to that's probably quicker and easier than... As well as the one that shot down near your wind turbine. So yeah, really, like, I just put some statues in the workshop area that you have now, and then that'll be like a perfect place for your colonists to be happy working in all the time.
I think we need more storage.
Careful mining near the edge of the map, because if a raider pops on, they can just like run at you and attack you and then kidnap you.
I'm not paranoid anymore, it's fine.
Okay. Uh, yeah. Makes sense. But yes, pawns can. So the pawns will get a very minor speed debuff when they walk onto the first shelf, actually. But then they'll go back to normal speed walking through the rest of the shelves. And then they can go and pick up whatever they want or drop off things as necessary. And then they just walk off fine. So it's much more space efficient to build shelves like that. And yeah, single or double is fine either way. Singles are easier to move and stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter which one you use. It can also make sense to do like a 3x3 grid of them because that's good and space efficient. And then, but you still have room to walk around them, which does, like, if it's going to block the path around it, it makes sense to not, do that, because if your pawns are going to be walking through there all the time, right? Like if it's in the middle of a walkway. But if you have it up against a wall like Sumi has, it's fine because they're only doing it to go over and, to haul things on or off of there. I mean, well, large corpses should be stuck in like outdoor stockpiles more so than indoor storage. Unless you're putting them in a freezer.
It's wild I don't need a freezer, I think.
Honestly, most people don't need a freezer, even with a human run, but people get worried.
Why is that?
Because if you set your food up appropriately, you don't really you run through it fast enough that you don't need it.
I spoke too soon.
Oh well, yeah. Just put in some path. You don't need a freezer though. For that,
I'm
you just
joking.
need some air. Yeah, I got you. I mean, it's not hard to overproduce food. That's easy enough. But even if you do, you can just trade away the excess, right? And then you don't really lose much out on it anyways. Even just by like wandering traders, you don't even have to caravan with it, right? Only if your primary source of food is meat does it usually matter. But if you're using nutrient paste and you're just farming rice or corn or something like that, then it takes like a year, like 3 years or something like that for rice to go bad. Like by the time it goes bad, you'll have used it. And if you don't, well, then that means you should be trading some away. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. See, this is what I don't know the mod at all. So Winter's got all sorts of heads up on this that I don't have. What sort of restrictions? Like, can you then gain psycasting and use psycasting wearing LTEC stuff? Yeah, I'm curious what it bypasses. The plants inside will slowly die on their own because they don't have enough sunlight. And while they are there, they provide beauty.
Fair enough.
That's actually a cheap way that you can add beauty to an indoor dirt room is by planting dandelions. You can provide beauty to the room, and normal wall lights or floor lamps are enough light to keep them growing. And all it costs is a little bit of labor and it's very wealth efficient. Skylight. Sure. I mean, that just saves you the power of using a sun lamp, but fair enough if you want to do that. Pants, button-down shirt.
Raid incoming.
And capes. I'd go with capes over dusters since you have cape as a required for some of your roles anyways.
Repeat after the raid, please.
Certainly.
Two people with clubs.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. And if you don't want the power, like, because it is quite expensive to run sun lamps. So I can understand if you want to be able to use skylights. And make a kind of greenhouse effect.
Insanely expensive.
They're coming from the right, so they're probably just going to bypass that tunnel entirely. Oh, maybe not.
Pawns love to stick near walls.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Sumi is too slow, though.
Just stick behind a tree or something and shoot, yeah. Well, if they're melee, they're just coming after you regardless, so.
Ouch.
Oh, that was a big hit, too.
Friendly fire.
Oh, good job, actually. You shot Sumi.
Oh, not. It's the enemy P.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was a club. Shush you, but I took your word.
$30 months is a bit of a long time, huh? P.S. Thank you Crero for the sub buddy. Catbot hug catbot heart.
Hi, Morgan.
It really is. It's incredible. Thank you so much.
Also, apparently we spoke too soon, actually, but, you know, you are kind of a Cupid. I can see that.
What?
Actually said she only shoots arrows at friendlies with love. So I presume...
Oh yeah.
She's Eros.
I'm sure she loves the idea of being a Cupid, not.
The cute little cherub, actually. And now I want to see fan art of that. Yeah. Alpha, do fan art of actually as a cherubim,
Oh no.
particularly the bum. Yeah, it's succubus, android, cat, Cupid, cherubim.
She's like all the things. Vampire.
Oh, vampire. I did forget vampire. Good call.
Cat girl. Dingus.
Oh, wow. Rude.
Dingus.
Called it.
This game is so comfy to play.
Until it's not.
Yes.
Unless you're playing on like creative mode, then it's just, you know, all just endless comf. Hertz is talking about Vampire the Masquerade. I'm pretty sure, actually. White Wolf Systems. Yeah, I was right. Vampire, werewolf, Kuijin, fairies, mage. I have played all of those as LARPs.
A human computer named Tomoko is crashing in a transport pod nearby. If she survives the impact, she will be badly wounded. Tomoko is not affiliated with any faction. You can rescue her and hope she joins freely, or capture her for recruitment or slavery purposes.
You a human?
It's
Ooh, what a
E1
high
Alpha,
mate.
the female high mate.
Ooh. High mates are good, but then you'll have to actually produce food and stuff.
Your narrator voice is amazing.
They do have cooking,
Thank you,
so they
thank
can
you.
make their own food. Good crafting, good social, decent animals. Not bad intellectual as well, but incapable of violence.
You can sleep in the battery room.
I mean, that actually does make sense to put their bed in the main, because they will get comfort and beauty bonuses from sleeping inside the big room.
Fine then.
Don't forget to put down a table for them to eat at, as well as, you need to now start making some sort of food for them. And you might I think you have some pemmican left over from some of the raiders, but you definitely need food quickly if you're keeping them. Some way of producing it. It takes 21 tiles of rice on high growth to feed one colonist, on fertile ground rather. So I think it's like 30, 35 if it's just on normal ground that isn't fertile.
$36.
Should be good enough, assuming that someone has plants and is set to sewing and cutting. Growing and
Yes.
plant cutting, yeah. So it should get done, but do you have food in the meantime for them? Because you might actually have to hunt some meat for them then.
We got a bunch of pemmican.
How much pemmican?
$182.
Okay, that should last until the rice crop is in, assuming you did it with rice.
Yes,
Rice
now I
plant.
did.
Yeah. And then, not immediately necessary, but in the near future, you're going to want to get them a stove, or at the very least, a campfire. But a wood-burning stove is probably fine to cook their meals in.
Should I make a kitchen with a small freezer?
I wouldn't bother. Just a cooking stove. And then, yeah, maybe a door that leads out to the growing area as well. Make it a little bit quicker to path. Can be an electric stove too, if you have electric, and you have the power for it, why not? That one in particular, I wouldn't bother building a chair for, just because they're going to be at it very, very lightly, since they are only cooking for themselves. Definitely make sure that Alpha is set to cooking once they're a colonist.
Ooh. Work speed for cooking stove. Nice.
Yeah, sure. I mean, seems a little bit of overkill, but fair enough. And then don't forget a table with some chairs.
Right.
Because you do not want that 8 without table debuff.
Horrific.
I know, right? What are we, savages? You can build a chess set near the table, one of the chairs on the table as well. It can be a one-player game. Well, it depends upon where you store the food and whether they have it on them or not. That's actually one of the benefits of using nutrient paste. Because they can't carry nutrient paste on them, so they have to go to the dispenser to get it. And so then when they get the food out of the dispenser, they'll go to the nearby table. I agree, Winter. Yeah, prisoners, it actually does make sense to give prisoners tables unless you're specifically trying to get them to break down.
I keep forgetting about that, to be honest.
Yeah, a 2x1 room with a sleeping spot. No light, no anything. Can be useful for pawns that are particularly difficult to convert, because one of the breakdowns that prisoners can have is Crisis of Faith, which drops their certainty in their religion by 50%. There's only a small group of colonists in Amduri, and there's a lot of people to choose from.
El Alpha is thankful that you rescued her. She has decided that she would rather stay than leave, and is joining your colony.
Nice.
Pretty purple cat girl. Oh.
Ah, yeah, so you might actually want to imprison them and then convert them. Particularly, Akshi's character should have a convertibility that she can use on prisoners.
Also on colonists.
Ah,
78%.
as well. That'll take a while.
We might just do it this way.
Keep in mind, if they are allowed to be
I
colonists
just need
in
to
one realm,
remember every 3 days to do it.
they'll try to convert your other colonists into their religion.
They don't seem to do it often, so it's fine.
Okay. Anyways, clothing we were doing at one point. But then we got distracted by ADHD.
Clothing.
So you want, yeah, pants, button-down shirt, and capes. You want do until you have X. X is 1. You want 6 or better in crafting. And then you want to ensure that everybody's clothing rules line up with that. 50% or better is good for quality, but it shouldn't matter because they should all come out with 100. And disallow human leather.
Yeah, but this way it doesn't count raiders' clothes.
I mean, even if if you have their clothing rules set up, it doesn't matter if it counts raiders' clothes. It just means that you won't be building them when they can use a free one.
But they would still use either.
Yeah. But you'll have one sitting there slowly decaying on the floor when they could have just used the other one until it's worn out and then got one made. But whatever, it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, disallow human leather as a material.
Ah.
Because there's a big, huge mood buff for that, unless you have the prerequisite. And yeah, allow crafting skill 6 or better.
We're not selling human leather hats?
I mean, you can certainly set up a bill for that separately, but for the clothes that you're making for your colonists, I wouldn't.
What next?
Pants, button-down shirt, and then cape. You already have cape, but we might want to double check the thing. But don't forget to set the minimum crafting skill of 6 for all of these builds.
Why so?
Because at crafting level 6 or higher, they are basically extremely unlikely to make something that's poor, wasting the time and materials. Poor or awful quality. They're much more likely to build things that are worthwhile. And then it also ensures that people who aren't good at crafting aren't going to do that kind of thing when you want them to still be able to make blocks, as an example, which doesn't matter what crafting skill it is because there's no quality. Remote controlled Doors plus tox gas mines. Yeah, I could see that being mean.
Okay, done.
Yeah. And did you disallow human leather on all? All three of them? Capes and dusters are the same. So I'd just stick with capes because you have people that require capes for their roles.
Every female colonist smiles with contentment. Some distant engine of happiness is stirring. It is projecting a psychic drone onto this site through an orbital amplifier, tuned to only affect females. For a few days, some people's mood will be quite a bit better.
That only affects alpha.
Oh.
Because everyone else is psychically deaf.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure alpha isn't psychically deaf, so. Yeah.
I don't see how you're modded.
Neither do I.
Unless you consider the bullet in your leg.
Shouldn't. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that doesn't make any sense. No, I don't see how they're modded either. They do like being
Plus
surrounded
19
by
is
androids,
huge.
though. Yeah,
That's
that
nice.
should make them very happy. While the psychic soothe is up. Yeah, so they'll get a disturbed sleep, but they're also getting impressive dining room, surrounded by androids, right? Like they're getting all these bonuses that offset that spacious interior, quite comfortable. They have a default genetic joy, which is nice, but
E1 Alpha is so easy.
we forgot to set up coolers. It's very hot inside because of the heat wave.
Passive coolers.
Oh, you did set up coolers. Okay, well, it is still very hot inside. Oh god, because it's 50. Gross. 52 degrees outside. Oh my god, I would literally die.
Me too.
That's horrible. That's like 120 Fahrenheit or something like that. It's ridiculous.
Alpha, don't make me read out your race description. You asked for it.
It could have been P music as well, Morgan.
Xenotype, hi mate. designed companions and concubines with a unique ability to psychically bond with a mate. High mates are empathic, beautiful, cheerful, and talented in social matters. They are also inept at manual tasks, physically weak, and mentally incapable of violence. On a few wealthy worlds, high mate xenogerms are commercially available, and some people become high mates as a sort of career. However, many societies find them abhorrent, either because they distract people from forming natural families, or because they are humans shaped to serve the pleasures of another. On such worlds, they are either reserved as playthings of the powerful, or banned entirely. This particular line of high mate fits the fashions of classical Nova Roma, but many other variants exist.
As long as you asked for it, Alpha. You deserve that. Does have a burning passion in medical. Unfortunately, there's no other humans to operate on. So, if and when anything medical needs to be happening, it'll only be Alpha that has it. And self-tending is possible, but not super great. Yeah. Depends upon how bad the problem is. They probably don't need biphasic, but you can do that.
Sure.
Because all it does is, like, it's decreased work for increased mood, but they're a high mate, so they come with bonus mood
True.
regardless. As well as you have very low expectations for people who aren't colony leaders. So they're getting plenty of mood to begin with. Only if you see them like either breaking down or close to breaking down would I bother changing them to biphasic, because you lose labor time in exchange for it, basically.
Oh, that's annoying.
It's another reason why you might want to imprison them. I didn't know that. That's not a vanilla trait. Yeah, well, to be fair though, Alpha also only has like a 1 in medical, whereas I
Yeah, they're
believe
back to
one of the-
80%.
Yeah, because then you'll get.
Do we need to build a prison?
I mean, yeah, I'd do a small one if you're going to convert them, because it's otherwise they'll never return to catbottism, really, with a times 0.25 negafa. You can just, put it in the charging room, because they're not going to recognize the other ones as beds anyways, as colonist beds. Just remember to put a table with a chair in there.
I don't want them to break stuff, though.
That's a good point. We could set up that small prison next to the steel that we were talking about before. Just put a door in there, and then and a ceiling. I was thinking the upper one, but yeah. just like 3 tiles over from where you normally have a pawn standing to attack. Yeah. And then all you need is either a bed or a sleeping spot, and if you want them to be somewhat comfortable, but because you're trying to actually, it's probably better to not let them be comfortable.
I haven't noticed that working at all.
Because eventually they'll, with no recreation, with an 8 without table debuff and stuff, that does lower, like, it'll be more difficult because it's a high mate, they're naturally happy, but the more debuffs you stack up, eventually they break down, and one of the breakdowns can be loss of certainty.
That sounds extremely annoying.
For how?
Because every time it's another breakdown, they will just break the door and attack.
Not always. No, it depends upon the breakdown they get. They can absolutely have...
The less happy they are, the more they will do a prison break.
Absolutely. Yes, that's true. And that is actually because yours leads directly outdoors. A prison break is more likely that they'll just run away if you don't manage to catch them and rearrest them in time, or down them before they break through the door. Oh, good point. Mel makes that high mates are incapable of violence, so violent breakdowns are impossible for them.
Oh, interesting.
Which means they're more likely, if you do manage to get them to break down, to hit certainty loss as a prisoner. Which is a 50% drop, regardless of anything else. So it doesn't hit 0.25 multipliers, as far as I know. Yeah. Yeah, actually's right. But I think if they're incapable of violence, it doesn't. It's not really that dangerous to do it the fast way.
That slave price is pretty good already.
High mates are highly desirable, so just being a high mate gives a boost to that, I'm pretty sure. What's the expensive way, actually? Oh, yeah, sure.
I gotta go bathroom.
Okay.
Be right back. I'm back.
Yeah, I can understand that, actually. It can make sense to have an alpaca police, if you want. That's one way to safely deal with
I'm sorry,
breakouts.
what?
Alpaca police.
Is it an alpaca that's the police?
Kind of, yeah. So, yeah. So if you have everyone's freaking out, thinking it's hilarious. Yes, because so if you have tamed animals, particularly like some sort of like horses or alpacas or anything like that, you can set them into a zone so that they can only go into an animals to zone or a police zone, whatever you want to call it. And then you can set it to be just outside the prison doors. And when a breakout starts to happen, it takes whoever's inside a little bit of time to break open the door anyways. So you zone them all into the one square. They'll sit there and then block anyone coming out. They'll fight back, but they only fight back with bites and, common attacks that animals have. They don't have melee skill level 20 with a giant sword that's going to lop off bits. And so then they can down the prisoners without killing them. And then you can recapture them and tend to them and deal with them without having to, accidentally kill them. It also saves your own pawns from being attacked. And then you also subsequently will get, better chances to do medical on both the animals if you want to and the prisoners. So you can train your medical skills.
Fabia Melidus, a Countess of Imperium of Arian, is making a request. She wants you to take care of her favorite pet, the Somali cat Snuggie, at Nyan City for 14 days. Snuggie is suffering from paralytic abasia and must be kept in bed.
The telescope's a good thing. Paralytic abasia, less so.
A condition that makes a person unable to walk by interfering with the motor cortex. After enough time, patients recover naturally as the brain rewires itself, but the process is slow. There is also a chance of a lucky early recovery. This illness can be completely cured with a special procedure, but the procedure requires large amounts of Glitter World medicine.
I think just pemmican that we have would be good enough for it.
Sure,
Yeah,
we can
you
keep
just
a
have to
non-moving
feed it.
cat.
And worst that happens is you don't get the telescope. And the cat dies, but that's secondary. You could just, an animal sleeping spot is enough.
There will even make you a nice bed.
If you can afford it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the faction cat belongs to will get upset.
Melwithil.
Definitely go rescue them. Don't slaughter. Do not slaughter. You might need a sleeping spot to rescue them. Oh, maybe not. That works, yeah.
No, the worst thing that could happen is that the cat dies, catbot cry. Everything else is secondary. /
Yes.
But this is RimWorld.
Yes. RimWorld.
Nice.
We're getting hungry.
Yeah, starting to.
Can we get your waifu mic'd up too?
Not conveniently, no. By any means. I mean, she could come to the Discord and join the call herself, but then we'd echo on each other's. Unless I went to the other room, which is inconvenient.
'Cause she's pretty awesome.
I agree. Waifu is pretty awesome. Sumi says you're awesome, Waifu.
I agree too.
She wants you to join the VC.
Super annoying.
Yeah, we would hear each other over VC. It would be
Not really for any reason, just we enjoy your company.
yeah, she just enjoys your company, she says. Waifu can speak louder so that it comes across the mic a little better.
Then you have to translate. Or
It's
be a
all
middleman.
good.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only way is if I, like, went and sat next to her so that it was more, or she came and sat next to me, and then the mic would pick her up better.
Then playing with our computers would be super annoying.
Yeah, like, it's possible, but it's not really convenient at all.
I mean, you can go sit outside.
I mean, I would just go sit in the kitchen
No.
if I was
Go
gonna.
sit down by the grill and see if they've set up the grill yet.
Yeah, the grill that would, and if they haven't, there's no chairs there. Also, no ways to plug in my booter. Sounds like a perfect plan.
Well, the grill.
Raiders.
It would be Chris's Astishian and the Kaka Kecho Echo O.
That worked
Yes.
amazingly well. And waifu
Chris
is
is
Kippy's,
Stitchin and
so-
Akakakicho Echo O.
Oh god. It's horrible.
You could just change my. Can you change my name? You're a mod, right?
Would he? Yeah.
Change my name on a specific Discord.
Oh yeah, I could give you a nickname on the Discord. I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
I have to find you. In the offline.
Everyone
people,
can
but I
change their nickname, yes.
Right, but I can also change their nickname as a mod too, normally, unless I don't have that power.
Can I
Gasp
do
the
it
mod
myself as well?
power.
You can do it yourself, but I'm looking for it right now, and I'm gonna change your name. Where is? Oh no. Oh. Wait. Okay. Are you online on Discord?
Crucier is the best melee one, the rest is kinda bad.
Oh, yeah, there you are. Found you.
Uziel.
You're allowed to change my name.
I can add a. Yes, I can. There, you are now known as Waifu. Yeah, you can always go look at someone's profile and see what their default name is without that. But just in standard Discord chat and in VC, it'll show as Waifu for you, Callie, with someone's nickname changed. Yeah.
We got a good lure.
Run, maid, run!
Ouch.
Run faster,
In the
maid.
leg.
No, it wasn't privacy at all. She has an online handle, so it's fine. Her online handle was Kippy's, but she just wanted it so that it would be easier to know that it's waifu for people that don't necessarily know her handle.
This is a bad time.
For maid or in general?
Maid.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, she wanted me to change her name, not because of privacy, just because it's fun. Maid'll be fine. Just, someone rescue her. just expensive Nutrimine slowly bleeding out of the tanks, that's all. Oh, no mercy, catbot. Okay, I see how it goes. By the time, yeah, your cooldown on your weapon is too large, they'll walk out of range. You have to get much closer before. No, Waifu and I are pretty good about that.
There we
I
go.
think I'm like one of the only people in Sumi Stream that uses my real first name.
It does help that you pretty much never use my name.
Yeah, no, I just call you Waifu. It's guys, honestly, it's kind of weird when you call me by my name, I'm like, what? That's not my name. The same is true for you. You normally call me Sweetie or some sort of cute nickname.
Usually Sweetie, that's my go-to.
Yeah, sometimes it's like if I'm not paying attention because I'm thinking you're talking to your game or something, or I'm just, then you'll go for my, which Christian. It's like everyone knows my real name anyway, so you don't need that.
Really stupid ones.
I have a bunch of custom nicknames for Waifu as well. As Soppa and Waifu, Frugan.
Moron.
That's a funny old inside joke. So in Swedish, the word for morning is morgon. Which, so then for a while, I was saying to
Kali
Soppa,
gets it.
I was, yeah. Kali instantly gets it, of course. So I would say, good morning, moron, right? To say like, good morning, moron. But it just sounds like in Swedish, like you're just saying good morning, morning, right? Like, oh yeah, morning, morning, like it's like you would use as a greeting. And for a long time, Waifu didn't get it until I explained it to her parents one time. I was in the kitchen explaining, and I didn't realize Waifu could hear me. She was in the living room, but could hear me in the kitchen with them. And I was like, explaining to them, yeah, I say that to Soppan sometimes, to Frugan. And then I mean it, and I'm joking because I actually mean good morning, moron, because it's in English, moron is stupid, idiot, dumbass, whatever. And so yeah, so and then just from the other room I hear this, hey, because she finally heard it and understood. So now the joke is kind of dead because she knows, right? And I don't want to, it was just funny to call her that. We like to jokingly be mean to each other, never seriously. We're always just playing playful banter.
I called Zonic a pancake for a while.
Yeah.
I think I showed you the wiki page for Dutch profanity.
You did, yes. We had a lot of fun going through that together and like looking at the etymology. And I like Dutch because
pancake is on there.
Yeah. I like Dutch because Dutch is very it's Germanic based language as well. So it has a lot of the same root words as English and Swedish. And so I can actually kind of understand Dutch a little bit. Like I definitely, like when it gets to a big, long, complex thing, I totally lose the plot. But when it's short, small phrases, I can often tell what it means without having to do a Google Translate because I get the root words. Because I'm a nerd. I can't hear you.
Nerd.
Oh, Waifu says from the other room that she can read Dutch. She visited.
Nice.
Well, kinda read Dutch when because she was visiting Belgium once, and so she could kinda read
That
street
works.
signs. Yeah. Yeah, it's because she knows English and Swedish fluently. I know only English fluently, and then I have a small understanding of Swedish. I'm not completely new because I did actually go to school for a semester for it, so I did properly learn a bunch of Swedish. I'm particularly good with numbers and food items for the grocery store. And then I do get some like other basic common words and things like that as well. And I'm reasonably good at like understanding when people speak to me. I do miss it's a lot of proper nouns that I miss because I just haven't experienced them yet, or I've forgotten them because I only experienced them once or twice. But like when my in-laws talk to me in Swedish, my mother-in-law in particular really loves it when she speaks Swedish to me because she's not super comfortable. She can speak and understand English, but she's not comfortable speaking it, much like I'm not very comfortable speaking Swedish. And so she'll speak to me in Swedish and I'll speak back to her in English, and she's like, "You understood me." Ha ha ha. I love that. God, yes, no, surströmming is terrible. We what was it? I was visiting one of the other devs of Polybridge in Malmo, which is one of the southernmost cities in Sweden. It's got a bridge attached to it to Copenhagen. And I was visiting one of the other devs there, and at the time there was a surströmming festival going on. And for those who don't know, surströmming is a type of fermented herring, which is a type of fish.
Why do you have a surströmming festival?
I don't. The Swedes do, because they are crazy sauce.
LOL.
And so surströmming is so stinky that you literally are not like it's almost illegal to open it indoors. You have to open it outside underwater.
Wow.
So that you don't kill everyone just with the bioweapon of the smell. Yeah. Hey, Alpha, good job.
Alpha, congrats.
Yeah, only one more rank for Alpha to go. And then they are done forever. No, I'm sure they'll keep ranking up after that. But yeah. Definitely looking forward to Alpha getting the epic. For reasons, chat. Reasons.
Changes in the planet's crust caused a small-scale, localized earthquake. Some structures can become damaged and roofs can collapse.
Oh, that must be a modded event. I've never seen that before. Ahoy, Gio. Welcome, welcome. Waifu's making omelets for us today. Bacon omelets. Yeah, good morning, Gio. Lutefisk. I don't know if Lutefisk is... Yeah, some might call Surströmming rotted, yeah. Yeah, Lutefisk isn't nearly as bad as Surströmming. I agree with Callie. It took me a moment to process what he said. Yeah, way worse than Lutefisk. But if you've experienced Lutefisk before, yeah, just imagine that, but like times like 100 in terms of terrible smell, and you're not far off. Oh, I can smell the bacon. How's Alpha's certainty going? Yeah, and have you done the convert recently?
75.
Okay, it's going.
Not great.
So, yeah, no, okay. Did you hear that discussion we were having with Chad? You should honestly remove the table, remove the chair, remove the light and the bed. Just put a sleeping spot in there. And because they're a high mate, they can't actually break out of prison.
Nice.
And then, so there's only 2, according to Mel, I believe it was, there's only 2 breakdowns they can have, neither of which are dangerous. And one of them is you have a 50-50 shot if they break down of the certainty loss of 50%.
Oh my god. I want to give them a grave as bed.
Yeah, that doesn't, they won't use it. unless of course they're dead. I do know that sanguiphages could have a type of coffin that they can sleep in for their death rest. Oh, what quality is that bed before you dismantle it?
Shite.
You said, shite? This was one of your free swears of the day. You have 0 free swears remaining.
It's not a big deal. It was just if it was already a good quality, I would suggest moving that one. If it was better than the one you have inside your barracks already.
Winterdawn, what is that on your face?
Are they wearing a cultist hood?
Yes.
That's what it looks like. This is available headgear. Why not? It's actually good because that counts as, like, if something hits Winter in the head, that'll absorb some of the damage.
Not really.
Not a lot. I'm not saying it's great, but it's more
like,
than
yes,
nothing.
but negligible.
Yeah, still. I mean, that could be the difference between a one-shot brain shot and, just downed with brain damage.
Winter doesn't have a brain.
Do y'all not have brains?
We can just put a new CPU in.
Right, but isn't there core memories and everything held in there? Won't they have loss of selfhood and stuff, or become, just a dumb bot rather than an awakened android?
It's okay, we have a backup.
This just in. Streamer insults chat member by claiming they have no brain. More at 11.
Just thumbs
Happy
up
face.
from Winter. Actually, Winter would know better than I. Do the androids actually have a brain kill spot? Like, if they get shot in the head, can they die?
I don't know.
That's why I was asking Winter and not you. Or maybe they have a torso power unit that counts. They have an artificial positronic brain or some sort. Yeah. So the artificial brain could probably get damaged enough that they're just straight up dead. It might not show in the medical bills, because it's not something that you can transfer. Yeah, okay, they do have a reactor, but damaging doesn't kill. Fair enough. So it's not the heart, as it were. But yeah, I can see a brain can kill. Brain shot. So yeah, hood counts as and even if it doesn't, still less damage means less Nutrimine loss. But that's a good thing.
It makes me unhappy not seeing Winter's pretty face.
Well, what you might want to do then is make simple helmets with the steel you have, because that actually is a significant armor amount on the brain.
I doubt we can yet.
Maybe I think you might need flak armor research for it, but I'm not 100% sure. It would be, I don't think it would be in clothing. It would be the same place that you make flak armor. That's a flak helmet. No, there should be a simple helmet before that, though. You need machining for simple helmet. And then a machining table, which presumably comes with the machining research. Which, by the way, what are we researching now?
Geothermal.
Oh, okay. That is an extremely steady source of power. You can... Oh, no, you can't do that yet. What is... I think geothermal is 4x4, but... which is craftable with the smithy, but you still need the research. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, geothermal will give you really steady power. Geothermal generators are 6x6, okay. But then, where's the tile? Which tile sits over top of the vent? Center top left, center bottom left?
5x5 then.
No, it's 6x6. Oh, the vent is also 2x2? Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, the hole is 2 times 2.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I always thought the vent was on one of the 4 tiles, but I didn't realize that. Okay, so then yeah, you can actually build the walls around it while you're finishing up the research. So then you can put it in quicker, and then put the underground cable leading towards it as well. Just don't forget a door. I can understand that, especially if you're primarily on cold maps, actually.
Why are we encasing it again?
To protect it from raiders. Because it's expensive to replace in terms of components, and they will attack it and destroy it without walls around it. And fire and lightning, yeah. And just make sure that the door is not made of wood. And the walls as well. Don't make the walls out of wood. Yeah, you can probably just leave the whole thing unroofed as well. Good point, Mel. Because otherwise it gets too hot. And that entire 6x6 tile automatically comes with cable, by the by, so you don't need to build extra cable underneath it. Right, but we're on a it's always growing season, so we don't really need the heat unless there's a cold snap.
50/60ths.
Actually. Yeah, also that, yeah. That you don't really need the vent thing. Like, I mean, honestly, it's just cheaper to install like a campfire or a heater inside the base than it is to build a whole vent tunnel all the way to the base.
Why is made not repaired?
Didn't properly repair them? I don't know. Mind-shattering pain, that's not good. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, make sure you unroof the geothermal area because it defaults to roofing.
I am not sure how this works.
Yeah, is no one set to repair on the schedule, on the tasks?
Does not require.
But tending isn't the same as repair. Maybe a save and reload?
They both say don't require.
Yes, Winter's saying it can be buggy, so maybe turn the game on and off again. It's probably my fan, and because I moved positions because I'm getting ready for food here shortly.
I want food too. What are you getting?
We're omelets, bacon omelets.
Sounds nice.
Yes. It does sound nice. I'm very much looking forward to it. Oh, yeah, so
Now I am repairing maid.
Yeah. Good.
How very confusing.
Here, if I just...
Christian, very important question. Do you like Swedish pizza? I do not specifically mean the banana curry 1X, I just mean Swedish pizza in general.
Oh my god, what is that goose?
The banana peel goose is slipping on a banana peel?
Yes.
Do I like Swedish pizza? I tolerate Swedish pizza. It is fine. It is not, in my opinion, as good as American style pizza. I find that it is far too thin with far too little in the way of ingredients. Okay, I'll just finish what I'm saying here, and then I'm maligning Swedish pizza. Yeah, no, I find American pizza much better. I actually took out my whole Swedish family once of like 10 people to Pizza Hut here, because that's actually a restaurant that's in Sweden, and they make proper American pizza there. Yes. And it's just good normal American pizza. It's really good, and I took my whole family there, and they enjoyed it. But they all grew up with Swedish pizza, so they still prefer Swedish. But it's far too
We have
floppy
one called
for my
New York
taste.
pizza.
Yes.
GL Gamer says, computer deciding to behave better today, I take it? Or at least hope. Not really. But RimWorld isn't too much.
But yes, I'm gonna deafen for a little bit while I go eat noms. Unless you're finishing stream real shortly. In which case then
I am.
Okay. Well,
I should be going too.
I'm still gonna deafen, because then you get to all look at my super cute deafen version of my PFP. Oh, and you got a one-person raid. Because it has super cute headphones that Meki made for me that I love. So you all get to enjoy that while Catbot finishes up. Yeah. I won't be able to hear anything, so love you. I'm gonna enjoy some food.
Okay, that's adorable. Thank you, Kokum. I hope you've been doing well. I'm doing well, though I was planning to end the stream here. It seems like we didn't reach the new sub goal today. So it's time to say goodbye. And with that, we come to the end of our journey today. Your support and presence means so much to me. You make my circuits hum with joy. I had an amazing time, and I hope you did too. I can't wait to play more RimWorld soon. Until next time, stay comfy and kind to yourselves. Bye bites. Catbot out.